Greetings, I'm Hedonistic Actor, and you must be wondering what is a Dramatis Lectio episode doing on my channel, because usually this is hosted by Madhock Time Master, you know, that guy who looks like Italian Karl Marx. Well, he didn't think that this was in high quality enough to be put as an official Dramatis Lectio episode. So me, who hasn't standard just like to listen to my own voice, offered to put it here, to save it. Kind of, yeah. The first issue was that my voice was unclear and you couldn't understand what I was saying in most of the parts. Well, I gave it a quick listen and yeah, there are some issues in the audio quality, it's not the best. I guess from now on I'm probably doing I also record my own voice just to make sure that it's in the best possible quality. And yeah, there are a couple of times when I speak rather fast, but I understood it okay. Maybe it's because I've just gotten used to my voice and I understand speed, but hey, let's the audience decide. So if you think that it's hard to make out what I'm saying, post it in the comments and I'll add a subtitling post-publication. And the other issue was that it was tedious to listen to. Well, this is not the most tedious thing we've done in this show. I think the most tedious was that one Silent Hill My Little Pony crossover thing we did, which where basically nothing happened. I almost fall asleep just by thinking of it. But yeah, well, you don't really need to watch this, you can just put this as a white noise, so instead of picking up something like singing of whales, you can listen how two almost middle-aged men are berating the works of a 12-year-old. Yeah, I don't think I mentioned that because this is about one story that I wrote when I was 12 years old, this Chainsaw and Barrier stuff. I don't honestly remember, did I remember to mention at the beginning of this episode? I may cut this out part if I didn't, but hey. So, enjoy, I guess.
Mother of God.
Which is Maria.
Oh.
As Madhock is currently unable to speak due to being in swallowing in pity and stuff.
No, the term you're looking for is swallowing. You see, I am not swallowing like I'm swallowing food. We're reading stuff again. We're reading stuff Matti wrote again.
Yeah. Back when
Why are we still doing this?
You know, you are here voluntarily.
I know I am, but I'm trying to run a show here.
Okay.
So anyway, what are we reading, Matti?
Well, today we are reading a short story called Matthew Males and Countess Rizza, which is this kind of James Bond parody that I wrote when I was 12 years old. And it was released in 2002, which proves that Die Another Day wasn't the worst Bond-related thing that year. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to remove the band-aid fast and start this. I don't even...
Wait, I want to first show the cover.
You have an already designed cover for this?
Yeah.
You
That is the cover that I draw back then. at the age of 12.
You know what the saddest part of this is?
The weird shape of the head.
No, the fact that it's about as good as your current drawings.
Well, these days I do draw chins and ears, and I try to at least try to make the head sizes correct.
Okay, so I think you were going for a mask reference here.
Yes.
Pretty obvious, I might add. The eye coming out of the eye socket looks like a wad of sperm, if I had to be honest. But if this is foretelling the mood that this story is going to have, oh boy, you are actually trying to write comedy. Oh boy!
Oh yes.
Oh boy! Oh joy! 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 So much joy! Despair. So much despair.
Well, the princess prince thing we read last time was intentional comedy also, but
I don't even remember what I read last time. I had a void where my memory of that used to be.
yeah, and I have to warn the audience, I think this is the worst thing I've ever created as an artist. Nothing before or since has come the level.
Well, here I go, I suppose. Chapter 1. What's up, Doc? That was added.
Yeah.
12:30, 8/10/2032. The headquarters of BUILDERS. Yes, builders. Oh, and I bet you never truly explain what the acronym is for.
It is actually explained later.
It's going to be something stupid and extremely forced, isn't it?
I check later to see if I was right.
Anyway, we're in London, Great Britain.
By the way, have you played No One Lives Forever games?
Yes, I did in fact play No One Lives Forever back in the day, and I liked it. Aside from the head-exploding, infuriating stealth sections, it's still one of the most fun, all-around entertaining first-person shooters I've ever played.
I agree, and the saddest thing is that they partly inspired this monstrosity.
Well, at least there's that. It was a hot day. Tell me about it. At the lobby of the headquarters of BUILDERS. A hat flew elegantly like a frisbee on a hat stand. That's not elegant at all. This image is not elegant in the slightest. You need to work on your analogies. At the outdoor was standing a cool-looking guy. He was 32 years old. He had a smoothly combed black hair that combed in such a way that no hair was on his forehead. You know, judging by this description, he looks like he's balding and he's, combing his hair on the side to cover the balding. His secret number was 112, and the code name was Mean Property.
It's an bending from Sean Connery.
Mean Property.
Because it's funny when the names are all wonky.
Not necessarily. Most people call him by his actual name, Matthew Males. And what's the point? What is the freaking point of having a code name and a secret number if everybody knows your real name?
You know, that's actually the problem with the older Bond movies as well.
Yes, but those were campy and, not very realistic to begin with.
Well, well, this is not a very realistic to begin with either.
I know, but you went out of your way to have him have a code name and a number, so at this point it's just redundant.
Yeah.
Anyway. Good day, 112! Mr. Jerk is waiting for you! Mr. Jerk. Mean property, jerk. I sense a theme here.
All of those Mad Magazine's movie parodies has funny names in the...
You're probably thinking of Mad Magazines from 50 years ago, which were funny at the time, I'm sure.
I was even subscribed to Mad Magazine back in the day.
Well, good for you, said the receptionist. The receptionist was a young woman, maybe around 25 years old. She had curly brown hair. Her name was Miss Jury. The actual real first name couldn't be found from the government papers. I smell a few problems with this sentence alone. Okay, first of all, are you going to say everybody's precise age?
I'm not sure everybody...
I looked a few lines down the paragraph, and yes. Yes, you are. Also, Miss Jury, enough said. But what's this deal about a real name not being found in government papers? Everybody knows the protagonist's real name, so why not the bloody receptionist? What's so special about the receptionist?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, well, thank you. Oh, thank you, Miss Jury, said Agent 112.
I want to read something too.
Oh, you want, don't you?
Well, you need some break from the madness.
Okay, let's read a chapter at a time then.
Okay.
112 arrived to his superior. Good day, Mr. Males, said Jerk. I don't like these names very much. Good day, Mr. Jerk, said 112. George Jerk, that's a mouthful, was maybe 40, and he had grey hair. He said, Well, Matthew, how was your vacation in Jamaica? It's in Jamaica, not at Jamaica.
Okay.
112 blurted to that. Really rad trip, bro. Yeah, baby. Pookie pookie blah. Refined English gentleman. Okay, from now on he sounds like a surfer. Matthew, what on earth are you talking about? Sorry, George, one Finnish family happened to be on a trip at the same time. Jamaica me crazy. Wait, Finnish people talk like this?
This is an inside joke my younger brother had at the time. I don't bother to explain, it would never open to you.
Oh, good. The father of the family was using those words, man. Then why are you using those? They felt so fun. Silling. Or siling, or however am I supposed to pronounce this?
I guess killing?
You would know that.
Yeah.
Matthew David Males! If I ever hear you using that Finnish nonsense again, I shall fire you from this organization. Gee, okay, Mom. I understand. Well, George, let's move on to work matters, shall we? You are absolutely right, Matthew. George Jerk, damn this name, damn it to hell, moved behind the desk. I have bad news. 3 of our agents have died in Mexico, Congo, and Peru, and 1 was injured in Germany. Okay, thank God nobody visited the rings of Saturn this time around.
Yeah, they don't travel to space in this story.
Oh, thank God. 112 was utterly distraught. Who were they? The dead were Pedro Laguna in Mexico, Jose Kersde in Congo, and Herse Imidu in Peru. And the injured. Much Mueller?
Yeah.
If it's a joke, I don't get it.
Um,
Anyway, so what happened to them? Laguna got 10,000 volts of electric shock. Kersde was burned to crisp, and the same thing with Imidu. Let me guess, they weren't victims to natural disasters. Oh gee, you think? Correct. Such a pity. Pedro was a good friend. Sigh. So what happened to Match? He can tell that himself. Let me guess. I'll be sent to Germany and Match will be my colleague. Also, Match will happen to be a weasel. For no particular reason, man. Just cause. You are a smart lad, Matthew. Mr. Jerk grabbed his phone. Miss Jury, send the agent 118 here, he said. Mr. Mueller shall be there soon, answered Miss Jury. Okay, chapter 2. Old Acquaintances.
there shouldn't be a chapter change in this part, because this is in the middle of a scene, a chapter changes.
Yes, it's the perfect time to change to another chapter. It's not like this was literally one page. My God. So you wanted to read this, huh? Please, by all means.
A cool-looking guy stepped in. He was about Miles's age and he had black waxed hair. His secret number was 118 and his code name was Black Door. Most people called him by his real name, Mats Muller.
Again! Same problem as before.
And Black Door is a bending from named Jack Lord who acted Felix Leiter in the first Bond movie Dr. No.
I could have sworn it's a Finnish heavy metal band's name.
You know, that actually sounds like a really cool band name. I should use that sometime.
Don't you dare, it's my idea.
Matt, how nice to see you, said 112. Nice to see you too, Matthew, said 118.
Nice try, Matti.
Yeah, I tried German accent. Miles noticed Muller's iPad. He asked, what happened to you?
Let me guess.
Muller leaned on it.
Okay, so he's German, he has an eye patch, he's a traitor.
Muller leaned to the table. He thought.
Okay, the fact that you're not answering me it just confirms it in my mind. Is number 2 from Austin Powers, isn't he?
Well, let's see. I was informed of a juvenile prison that was buried by the flood in Berlin in 2015.
Okay, stop right there. You're trying to sound German, you actually sound Russian.
Yeah, I must talk more like this, yeah.
Oh dear lord, now you sound like a Russian trying to sound German.
Yeah, often my Germany sounds like a Russian. Well, anyway. There hadn't been a prisoner since 2013. I went to search for the jail archives in case there had been some familiar criminal during the last year of its activity. In the midst of my searching, somewhere came shrill singing. When I noticed that glasses were breaking, I tried quickly to take glasses from my head. I managed to took them only halfway when the lenses were shattered, hurting my other eye, which explains this eye patch. I had no time to cover my ears, so I fainted. When I woke up, I noticed that the archives were ransacked and one juvenile delinquent's files were missing.
Hi, I'm Rolf, son of a shepherd. What is this nonsense that you just read?
Yeah, he just went to search some...
First of all, exposition dump. It does not help anybody. Second of all, what?
Yeah, this premise is on a rather flimsy foundation. Whose? Asked Mills. Muller answered. Countess Rizza. Da-da-da-da-da!
Don't.
Countess Rizza, said Shirk. Matthew, tell us as such a smart lad, do we have any information about her? Only from the younger years. Tell me everything you know as well, asked Muller excited. Her real name is Tinia Morezzo. She was born in Bulgaria in the city of Plovdiv in 1995. Brown curly hair, blue eyes. She actually got her nickname from the river where the city was located next to. She participated to opera at the age of 6 and really liked the play Countess Pizza.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Suitors and...
What?
Yeah, this whole thing is based on this musical called Countess Rizza. It's this romantic comedy where in some 17th century Romania, Bulgaria or something, there's
what?
this...
Yeah, okay, but what the hell is Countess Pizza?
It's supposed to be a parody name.
Okay.
At the age of 14, she played too much first-person shooters and became a very aggressive juvenile delinquent.
Oh, that's just... I bet this was topical at the time.
I'm not sure. I just put it there as a joke. Something must have caused her to become a...
It couldn't possibly be the social environment she grew up with. No, it's video games. Of course!
Well, the doom seems rather satanic. Okay.
Oh, sod off, Jack Thompson.
That, however, didn't affect her passion to opera. She asked to Germany and Berlin... What? She asked to Germany and Berlin was put to a juvenile prison.
What is this sentence? What is this sentence?
Did I screw up in somewhere?
She asked to Germany and Berlin was put to a juvenile prison in 2013. I think you're missing about 10 words in this sentence.
Okay, I'm clearly made a mistake somewhere. Okay. After being 2 years in the prison, she broke its water ducts with her high voice, which caused a flood that made the prison to sink in mud.
Okay.
She was, of course, outside during this.
Okay, I have to say, when you were saying that she broke the prison's water, sounds like somebody was pregnant. Like, the prison was pregnant. Oh,
broke
man.
its water ducts.
Let me have something.
Few days after the flood, the survived prison staff was murdered. Apparently, she wanted to destroy the evidence of ever being jailed, thought Mulder.
It doesn't work like that! If you destroy an entire prison, people will remember that!
But you see, all the files that were in the prison went with it.
But stupid! Okay,
Yeah, apparently
okay,
this world crime license doesn't exist.
Matti, I'm going to say this. This is too boring to properly make fun of. And it's comedy. It's just...
Okay, let's skip to the next chapter.
Just continue, please. The comedy is just not there.
Yeah. That's right, answered Milt. That's why she attacked you. After all, she's working as an opera singer in Germany these days. She doesn't want her career to suffer from being a juvenile delinquent, reckoned Jerk. Indeed, answered Mills. Okay, said Jerk. Your objective is to find out does Rizza have something in her mind, and if she does, find out what she's going to do, where, and when. You can also try to solve the why, but that's entirely optional.
Is this supposed to be funny?
Yeah, I think that's one of the only actually funny gags in this whole thing.
It really isn't. It really isn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It really is not.
Before Mails and Muller were going, Mail said to Jerk, Almost in every assignment I've visited to Germany, even my grandfather James Bang and his cousin Gate de Arc have been in there. It started to become too monotonous and mundane of a travel destination.
Stop.
So shall we skip to the next chapter? There's the action starts.
James Bang.
Yeah, it's supposed to be James Bond, you know.
James Bang. I think we're done for tonight. Done. I'm done. It's over. It's all over. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is done. We're done forever.
We can do something else. I can actually actually good story, which I wrote like
James Bang. That is the most unforgivable sin in literature I've ever come across. That is bad in so many ways. I mean, okay, you were 12. I get it. Okay? If I were you, I would have burned this.
Yeah, I'm contemplating on is destroying an old work worthy thing too, because you can always you can learn something from your past mistakes, and they are still a part of you. And destroying just your old work is like denying it.
Okay, that's fair and everything, and I agree. But James Bang, man! James Bang! That's too much. Continue.
I'm sorry, Matthew, said Jerk, but you're not going there for vacation, but to do an assignment. All right, I'm going, yelled Miles. Agents 112 and 118 arrived to the lobby. Miles stopped in front of Miss Cherry. He said, "What would you like for souvenir?" "Well, I'd like a violin." A violin?
Damn you.
Well, it was you succeeded that voice.
I know. It's just...
A violin? Yes, it will be lovely to play love songs. Speaking of love, Miles started, but Mueller interrupted him. Call her when we return, Matthew. We have much important things to do.
And now you sound French.
Yeah, I accidentally put a French accent in there.
Okay, I actually like the idea that this guy's shtick is that he actually cannot decide which accent he likes. So, because that further proves that he's a complete fake and an imposter and a traitor, because that's the obvious twist. Come on, he's got an eye patch and he's German.
I'm sure there are some heroic characters with an eye patch, like Nick Fury.
Oh, so you mean to tell me this guy has been played by David Hasselhoff?
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yes, no, that's a terrible idea, but it's a fun idea at least. Alright, chapter 3. Stick fight? What?
Just read ahead.
1630. 8/10/2032, the yard of the Opera House, Lübeck, Germany. The agents were idling about the yard. Are professional secret agents, everybody. Just loitering. Like hooligans. Miles looked at his watch. He said, "The clock is 16:30, man. The performance shall start in half an hour, man." "All right," said Mueller. "Let's go over the plan one more time. Because they know my face, I shall use this fake mustachio. When I'm conversing with the guard, you will slip to the dressing rooms to look for informazione." "Excellent," said Miles. "I've always wanted to rummage around women's dressing room. ...
Dude.
I know. "Matteo, how can you think of women during work hours?" snapped Mueller. "Sorry, family trait," enlightened Miles. Enlightened? Do you think it was necessary to point out that he was enlightened about this revelation? Revelation. I cannot say the word tonight. While Mueller was trying to tell to the guard how boring guard duty is, that's such a riveting conversation, I'm sure. Males sneaked inside. Well, that was easy. He didn't notice that someone was watching him. He went to knock on a door that read, Countess Rizza. Come inside! No, I cannot do that voice again.
Remember, whenever it's cursive, she's singing something.
Come inside, said the singing voice behind the door.
Better than I expected.
Thank you. Thank you for the backhanded compliment or insult.
Do you sing?
Not particularly. The man entered. Rizza exclaimed, Cherries, what a pleasant surprise! What do you want? I don't know why she sounds French Sherman.
Well, she's from Bulgaria.
Okay. What is this? Cherries, that's an actual name. Cherries was Rizza's ballet. He had black hair and was something around 30...
Yeah, if you've never seen the play Countess Rizza, you are going to miss half of the quote-unquote jokes.
Yeah, I have never even heard of that before now, so yes. Yeah. Yes. You couldn't do something a little bit more known, like, I don't know, Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that was the first play where I was in the local amateur theater.
Okay. Cherries was Rizza's valet. He had black hair and was something around 40 years old. He answered, Oh, the most merciful countess! I saw an agent running around the dressing rooms. I see, said Rizza. Did you see their face? Aha! I am Skeletor! Yes, your loveliness, Cherries answered. Rizza got excited. Most magnificent! Where is that book now? Recognize 00 agents. This is a wrong book! How on earth I've gotten this boo by Lecter? So many references.
Yep.
Lecter. So many pointless references. Recognize the agents of United. That's a wrong book too. How I've gotten my hands on this book by Charm. Charm. Aha! Here it is. Recognize 11 agents. Only 11.
It's supposed to be 1 agent.
I know what it's supposed to be, but shut up. It was him, said Cherries, and pointed at one of the pictures.
And by the way, for those who haven't gotten the jokes, 112 is the emergency number in Europe.
Yes, it is. Ha ha ha. Agent 112 mean... Oh, okay. Agent 112 main property, also known as Matthew Mails. So stupid. Why his real name isn't here? Yeah, good question. Why isn't his real name in that published book? If everybody knows it already.
Yeah, the bad guys don't know his real name. They only know the code name.
So do you know... Also, if we want to bring real life logic in here, why would you expect to find a secret agent's real name in a book that's publicly available?
At least to the bad guys.
Well, make sure that he won't get out of this house alive! Have I made myself clear? Cherries answered. Yes, your loveliness. This was from Countess Rizza, Act 1, Scene 5. Nice. Real nice. Males waited that Rizza would go to the stage and Cherries, I hate this name so much, would go to his dressing room. Then he sneaked to Rizza's dressing room. The first thing he saw was a note on the mirror that said, Recipient? Tinia Morezzo, alias Countess Rizza, alias number 4, alias it pisses me off. It pisses me off that you didn't manage to kill Agent Mueller, but I'm interested about your Operation Oil. Operation Oil. Come to tell me about it tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Sofia, in our secret lair. In Sofia, you'll receive the map from Duke Bean Lettuce. Duke Bean Lettuce. Might as well be named Count Dracula at this point. Sender Draconis Tuiro alias number 3. These names, man. Just as Males took the note, Cherries rushed in. He said, there ever shan't be any peace for me, for these crooks keep creating crime scenes. This was Baby Hill Cop, Act 2, Scene 10. Males took Cherry's walking stick, broke it in half, and gave the other half back to him. What? What? Why?
Well,
Why?
it should be a fair fight.
You're a secret agent!
Let's fight like gentlemen.
No! A fierce stick fight followed. First of all, you broke the guy's stick. That was incredibly rude. Second of all, no! A fierce stick fight followed, during which they rushed to upstairs where the opera stage was seen. By somebody, I guess. Males dodged Sherry's attack move. Attack move? What is this, an RPG? But the stick in his mouth and put the stick in his mouth and kicked him through a window head first into a tuba. Tom and Jerry routine, I guess. Aha! If the head is covered by pot, the mind gets frozen a lot. This was second bears from a nursery rhyme that was made somewhere in the early 1980s, said Males and ran out.
Chapter James.
This is okay, so this is so stupid, but not in a funny way.
Yeah.
But it's not as offensive as any of your other stuff.
Or yours, for that matter.
Well, at least you don't get bored reading my stuff.
Chapter 4. A little argument. Males went out of the opera house just as the alarms went on. Mueller joined Males while the surprised guard was shooting at them. Mueller asked, "Why that God's bullets don't hit us?" Hey, come on.
It's supposed to be Schwarzenegger now.
Hey, come on. We're... Okay, I take the surfer accent. Hey, come on. We're heroes. We're not supposed to get killed.
Cowabunga, man.
Then they jumped to a taxi and drove away. An old man dressed in a servant's suit rushed out of the opera house. He was grey-haired and something around 50. His name was Gecko. He turned to... Yeah, they are all characters from that play I mentioned. I don't bother to explain. He turned towards the guards and said, "You are fired!" Then he yelled, "Corgi, get here at once!"
Corgi?
A gypsy holding a violin came to him. he had a beard and dark hair and was maybe around 30 years old. Not
Oh
everyone
my
says can know
god!
so
Stop
specifically.
telling us the precise age, the precise number of years that these people have. You don't need to.
Well, all the best novels have all those kind of long descriptions what the characters look like. Yes,
That's
Gego?
not even that.
Check out where those agents are going and make sure they won't get to know about Operation Oil, Gecko
A
said.
bit late about the. It's a bit late for that.
Yeah? Yes, no. Yes, your serviceness, Corky answered.
Okay, that doesn't even make sense in the context of what's supposed to be the joke.
Yeah, Gecko is a servant, so he's...
Yes, like I said, there are so many better words you could have come out with. Yes, your maliciousness. Yes, your evil. Yes, your mighty evilness. Anything would have been better than serviceness.
1845, August 10th, 2032, Fancy Hotel, Munich, Germany. Mills and Muller threw themselves on the bed utterly tired. Muller said, So Mills, what did we learn? We have to make sure if the taxi drives only to Nuremberg so we don't have to walk the rest of the trip, answered Mills.
No, the answer you're looking for is that I should never break other people's canes or sticks, because that's very rude. But now I know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe!
Right, said Muller. Let's get to the point. Did you get any information?
Oh my gosh, the accents are blending together!
Yes, said Mills and gave Muller the note. Muller read the note. He got enraged. Ah, see! So it was an order! But who is this Dragoness Vero? He's a dragon. What?
What?
That's right. Born in Tokyo 1990.
What?
His family...
This is completely out of nowhere, suddenly kaiju?
Well, you see, in this story, all of the stuff that I've wrong at my stories at the time are all concentrated in this one big thing.
Oh my god!
Sudden supernatural element. It's here. You can do a checklist if you want.
I will not.
That's right. Born in Tokyo 1990, all of his family members were notable in their fields. Big brother Gru was in computing in business, little brother Twat in some elite squad, mother Gwuk in the gaming business, father Chumcard is a shareholder in some gaming card empire.
And they're all dragons.
Yep. His ancestor is Anaconda the Black, who has a book written about him. It was the nasty deeds of Black that got Twero to the path of crime. At the age of 20, he moved to South Africa to Dragon Mountains. We have no information about the later life nor his appearance. How do you know so much?
I read the comics?
Learning from the experience, and if anyone knows how to get... if anyone knows how to get great information. You look from the files? Yes. But no one is supposed to look from the files.
Oh yes, nobody's supposed to ever get any information over anything.
Because I am the founding members of BUILDERS. I have the right to look. I have the right to look from them. You too have the right. After all, you're one of the founding members as well. It has been 10 years since the founding day and no one has told me anything. Why not?
Okay, stop. If he's one of the founding members, why is he a simple field agent? Who has to answer to a boss?
Maybe that's just like the thrill of it.
No, it makes no sense. Shut up.
There are two reasons for that, man. Firstly, you weren't present when we were told the rules of the organization. I was on an assignment. Secondly, you didn't ask. How should I've known that?
Oh yes, I was on an assignment before the organization was even born. That makes sense.
This is kind of like the No Homers Club.
If that was actually a joke here, that would have been funny.
Surely, as a founding member, you're interested to know what they did at the meetings. Well, I didn't. I can't explain. Do you know why you're so grumpy? You are overstrained because you don't know that the founding members can be on vacations every time they're not on an assignment.
Okay, you're starting to get me by brute force alone.
For 10 years when I haven't been on assignment, I have to clean up the headquarters. Why you haven't told me anything? I forgot and then I remembered, but I went to Jamaica for 2 years and came back when they started to write this book. Fourth wall breaking! Suddenly.
I mean, suddenly we had dragons.
Yeah. I haven't had a vacation since university. This is entirely your fault. For that you get some punishment. Hey, you are overreact. Ouch! Don't hit. Ouch! No, urg. Don't hit there. Ouch!
Okay, this sounds like they're having sex. Honestly. Also, this was fun in concept, but I think it went on for far too long.
Yeah. Later that night, Mels and Muller were in deep sleep. All the night, some sneaky character climbed to the window of their hotel room. He was Corky, who Gecko had sent. He opened the window, took his violin...
It was Bubsy the Bobcat, who was sent by Gex to spy on them.
That guy returned for some reason. Okay. He took his violin and put a sharpened violin bow on it. Corky stretched the string of his violin and shot. Mess rolled in his sleep and the bow hit the bed. Mess rolled again and felt the bow on his bed. He took the bow quickly and threw it at Corky. He dodged. Gotcha! Corky said and shot another bow. Muller caught the bow from flight and threw it to Corky's heart. Guess how much cleaning this costume costs? Corky gargled and fell down the window straight to a rose bush. Yeah, that was brutal. Muller noticed Mess, who was watching him with his mouth wide open. I wanted to kick some bad guys well. You took care of Cherries at the opera house. Mess was astonished. How do you know that? And how on earth do you know his name even though I didn't tell it to you? Learning from experience. And if anyone knows how to get great... if anyone knows how to create great information...
And now you're Swedish and French at the same time?
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
Oh dear lord. You know, this is a funny joke, but it's not because of the story. We are adding it to it. Okay.
Did you look from... of course not. Then how did you know? I read the 4th page of the book Countess Rizza. So that explains why that disappeared so suddenly from the writer's computer. You should have done that. For that you get some punishment. Hey, you misunderstood... Ouch! Oh no! Stop it! Ouch! Mommy!
Okay, so, Mueller is the competent one, and I guess, our surfer dude is the one that fools around.
I guess.
And their dynamic is much akin to Laurel and Hardy at this point, I guess.
I haven't actually watched any Laurel.
The odd couple, I don't know. Okay, chapter 5. Guess whose turn it is?
Yay. This is a relaxing drinking break. During this break, is there anyone who sponsors us? Or you want...
Death!
Death, the natural way to live.
Oh, this was bad. Oh, this was actually bad. Oh boy. Okay.
Only 3 chapters left.
Oh joy. 1735, 8/11, 2032, Airy Port. Sofia, Bulgaria.
I don't think there's actually an airport named that in Sofia, Bulgaria.
Oh, yeah. Oh no! Oh, you don't say! I could have never guessed. Thank you for telling me.
apologizes to all Bulgarians everywhere.
I will send Rusev, the Bulgarian brute, your way to make you humble. Anyway, Miles and Mueller went to the info desk and looked at the map. Mueller said, "According to George, your country should be 12 steps to the left." "And she's a woman," said Miles. "How do you know that?" wondered Mueller. "According to George, we have to say her code phrase, 'Hello, cutie,' which is a bit sexist if you ask me. But who cares? I'm stuck in the 90s, bro."
Well, it's James Bond. It has always been sexist.
Yeah, well, and that's why James Bond should not have survived his own original decade. They walked 12 steps and noticed a gypsy maiden who was wearing a local folk dress. Shed had black?
I accidentally wrote extra D in there. Sorry. She had
black curly hair and maybe 24 years old. Oh, she had maybe 24 years old in her pocket. Good to know. Miles' eyes bulged out and his tongue stretched so low that a passenger stepped on it, leaving a shoe mark. Okay, this is so much funnier if you can actually see it. It's called a visual gag for a reason.
Mask reference!
I know. Which, in its own right, was a reference to Tex Avery cartoons. So originally it was a Tex Avery reference.
No.
You've never seen Red Hot Riding Hood, have you?
No.
Fix it.
Okay.
Yuck! Portuguese gravel! I've never liked their foods because you see, The Mask, the movie The Mask, is a homage to Tex Avery cartoons. So you should definitely know that.
Yeah, I do know who Tex Avery is.
Well, thank goodness, said Miles as he pushed his tongue back in his mouth. Well, he's going to get an acne or two on that tongue. Miles and Mueller went next to the woman. "Hello, cutie." Smooth. Real smooth, Miles. Said Miles, but she said nothing. Mueller pushed Miles out of the way and said, "Hello, cutie."
Mueller has become a cockney.
No, it's supposed to be Swedish. But okay. The woman said, That right there was the right code phrase. My name is May. You must be Agent 8118. Matt Mueller. I recognize you from the eye patch. Now, this is me trying to sound cockney. Tell me how it went. Miles became jealousy incarnated, I guess. Because wasn't the first to say the correct code phrase. Mueller yelled, "Good God, Matthew, remove that cloud of jealousy over your head before I get carbon monoxide poisoning." May I just got what the joke is. May I moved from Mueller to next to Miles. Is this the kind of name you give to your character in a JRPG? So that you can sound silly whenever, somebody is talking to you?
Well, this Paradise of franchise where there's a character named Holy Goodhead.
Ugh.
Not to mention Pussy Galore.
Right. You must be Agent 112 Matthew Miles. You are that bundle of charisma the boss told me about. Of course, said males all macho-like. Oh dear God. Mueller was so astonished that his jaw stretched on the floor and one passenger stepped on it. French gravel. Their foods are good, but this would need more salt, he said as he pushed his jaw back to its place. Come now, agents, said May I and started to walk away. Come now, agents, follow me. Males whispered to Mueller. Who has it and who doesn't? Umph. Bundle of charisma, my butt, thought Mueller as they walked out of the airfield. The airfield? I don't think that means what you think it means.
I guess not.
About 15 minutes, about 15 minutes what?
I guess after about 50 minutes.
About 15 minutes, blank, the three of them were on the roof of an abandoned shack. The outskirts of Sofia. Outskirts, it's a whole word. You don't need to separate out from skirts. Mueller asked. What are we doing here, senor? May I answered. Countess Rizza was spotted entering to this house a month ago when she was supposedly invited to an Actors Guild meeting. I don't believe that Rizza's boss is the dragon, though, Mueller said to males. To be honest, me neither. Remember that our archivist used to read fairy tales to kids at a library. This is a completely random nugget of information that apparently you need to know. One time he archived a piece of information that the leader of a dangerous crime gang is a mouse who drives in a pumpkin car. What the actual hell?
Yeah, I don't know either.
What the actual? You don't know either? What were you thinking?
Yeah, sometimes I don't remember what I was thinking when I wrote this.
Oh my gosh.
Just to make it clear, this wasn't a school assignment. No one asked me to do this.
Oh boy. Right then. Hush! Be quiet! Here comes Rizza's #1 henchman, Duke Bean Lettuce. May I whispered. Be quiet! Bean Lettuce was over 40! And he had grey hair and a moustache. I feel like you gave this exact description to 50 other people. The trio squat down when Countess Rizza followed him. They waited that Rizza and Bean Lettuce went inside the house. Then the trio went after them. They watched as Rizza and Bean Lettuce went in from the iron door, I guess.
There was supposed to be N instead of from. It's supposed to be from.
You actually wrote it from with an N.
Went in front of an iron door.
Went in front.
Front.
Yeah, you're missing a T. A voice said from the door speakers, "Password!" Rizza answered, Signore.
Signore.
Signore. It's an interesting way to write that word, I'll say. I mean, I'm assuming it means sir.
Yes, it's supposed to be sir in Italian.
Oh my god, I had my suspicions, but now that you said it, this is the wrongest word I've seen all night. You don't write signore like that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, it's Signo R-E. Not Sinjore, with an accent on the E for some reason. What is this word?
So N and J should switch places.
I said G, not J.
G. Ah, okay.
Wasn't there Google around at the time or something that, surrogate?
It was 2002, so I guess not.
Ugh. That is the right password, came from the door speakers, and the door opened. The trio waited for about 10 minutes before they said the password, which they could hear from a relative distance, I guess. Also, okay, these people suck at their job. Then they went in and crawled immediately inside an air duct. Okay, I like this image. They enter in, and the second they're in, okay, here's the air duct. Let's flush ourselves into it in front of everybody. After some crawling, they saw from an air conditioning pipe a room where Rizza was. They didn't see who she was talking to when she sang politely, "Good day, boss. I'm here tonight to be with you and maybe kill you when you're not looking." Thank you very much. Then they saw the boss sit behind the desk. The trio was shocked and astonished when they saw who or what the boss was. Let me guess, it's a dragon. The terrifying chapter 6! The terrifying dragon!
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
And I'm so glad I get to read this chapter.
Oh boy.
Indeed, it was a dragon after all.
No.
It was dressed in a fine tailcoat and it had orange skin. Its jaws were like crocodiles and it had 2 horns on its head that were pointing behind it. There was a hole in its trousers for the tail and 2 at the coat for the wings. The name you already know, Dramatis Lectio, he said. Welcome, underlings, and welcome to the annual meeting of BREAKERS.
Breakers. Breakers versus builders. So clever, man. Oh my gosh, the cleverness is outpouring.
We now listen to one of our members' plan that sounds the best. Go ahead, number 4. Countess Rizza stepped on the lectern. She started to sing rock.
Oh, wait, are you freaking kidding me? You wrote a song's text, lyrics for our exposition.
Yeah, and I composed it too. It goes like this. This song is really cool. It puts you on the mood. When you hear what I'm about to sing, you start in this financing. Operation Oil Woohoo gets you into the groove. It's Bluff Deep where we also go and pour the oil to the river's flow. Marriage and river will suffer so much. Also Red Sea will be filthy much. Operation Oil Woohoo gets you into the groove. But it will be really expensive. The amount we need is extensive. So could some rich man give me a hand? So I could pollute this insipid land. Operation Oil Woohoo gets you into the groove. Thank you. I heal Orna.
Bravo, encore. Here is flowers for you. I am okay. This is simultaneously the best and the worst thing I've ever been part of. I don't know what to feel, but this was great. I don't know if it was good, but it was great. Aside from that, this sounds like the plan of a Aside from that, this sounds like a plan of a Captain Planet's villain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
they are planning to pollute the world with oil? You couldn't get more Captain Planet than that.
Because violent video games?
Well, I guess that makes sense.
At the end of the song, Rizza put an high H. By the power of the song, the air ducts broke down and the three of them fell straight in front of all the bad guys. A group of machine gun wielding gypsies surrounded them. Tvira asked Rizza, "Were you expecting guests?" "Not really," Rizza answered. Rizza asked Mails, "How did you know the password to the door?" Mail answered, "We followed you from the roof of a shack, dummy." Rizza got furious. "Kiko, you were supposed to guard that no one gets in here." "What? No one told me anything." "You should know a servant's duties," said Firo. "Now you shall pay for your laziness." Firo spewed out fire from his mouth and thus Kiko was dealt with. Rizza said, "Okay, mean property. If one gets to know about the plans of a BREAKERS, it won't...
Damn you.
It won't lead to anything good." "I see. So this Mr. Tvero is apparently your leader," guessed Mails.
Okay, you almost sounded like Popeye there. I see. This Mr. is apparently your leader. Okay, can I actually voice the characters at the very least, since this is the final chapter?
The second final chapter.
Huh?
There's one more chapter after this.
Oh, in that case, never mind.
Tvero said, "Not quite. I happen to have two bosses." I'm interested to know. Oh, Cockney. I'm interested.
No, you know what? No, Matti, do a normal voice, please, for the love of God.
I'm interested to know what does BRAAKERS stand for, asked May. Billatus explained. "It means Bullying Rapscallion Evildoers and Killer Elite Racketeer Society."
I have no words.
Then what does BUILDERS stand for, asked Rizza. Billatus explained. "To my knowledge, it means Benevolent, Unifying, Inspiring, Lenient, Defending, et Richeting Society. Was that correct?" "Yes, it was," said May I.
I mean, it doesn't really mean anything at all.
Mails asked, Can I suggest something?" "Well," asked Rizza. "Let the girl go. She has nothing to do with this," Mel said. Rizza was dumbfounded. "Do you think I'm stupid, Mr. Property?" Mel
Yes,
said.
very.
"Well, of course. You don't even know my real name. All proper bad guys know it." Rizza read,
The stupidity of this sentence.
Rizza went red from anger.
Anger.
Just then Mails took a machine gun from one of the gypsies and started to shoot bad guys to horizontal positions. He shouted, May I and Matt, get out of here, man! Muller and May ran to the door, but Bean Lescue came to block their way. He said,
"Wait, Bean Lescue? Who's that? I knew about Bean Lettuce."
Bean Lettuce. Well. He said, "You won't run away from this place so easily." "Then run away from this!" yelled Muller and pulled out a machine gun.
Okay, everybody's pulling out machine guns out of their mullet spaces, apparently.
He fired so that Bean Lettuce's blood spread all over the place. May was pissed off. "Hilaire, don't fire so enthusiastically. You're ruining my folk dress."
Oh, shut up, woman!
Muller must escape, but May was caught. She was taken back to the meeting room where Mails was as well. Rizza was furious. "Look at this, you imbecile! Look at what kind of damage you caused to our organization! 10 dead, one of them Bean Lettuce!
Wait,
What
10? When were 10 people killed?
When Mel started to fire with his machine gun, which he took from one of the gypsies.
I think we were missing a passage here.
What do you have to say for your self-defense? Mel answered, smiling. That was the good deed of the day. Even Tuero was little aggravated. Our organization hates jokesters like you. As the third most important member of this organization, are that you shall join us tomorrow to watch Operation Oil.
Or, we could kill you right here and now. But no, we shan't do that.
We will kill you in a fashionable, flashy way.
Okay, here we go. Chapter 7, lots of oil. So, to recap. Good guys crush the party of the bad guys. After the Countess's amazing exposition song broke down the air ducts, there were 10 deaths. There were 10 people dead. Somehow, it was never explained.
Well,
machine guns everywhere.
Well, it was implicated that males took a machine gun from one of the guards and started just firing.
You said he just killed one guy.
Yeah, they first killed one guy for failing, and that is what happened when Muller and May was running. That happened in a different place.
No. No, wait. So the dragon guy killed a guy?
Yeah, first dragon guy killed a guy, then males took a machine gun and killed 10 guys. Then May and Muller escaped and Muller killed one guy.
What? Did he?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Males killed 8 guys because this 10 total, so 1 plus 1, 10 minus 1,
no,
1,
wait,
it's 8.
But was he didn't... You know what? Never mind. Never mind, this is bad. Okay? This is bad. Your 12-year-old self should feel ashamed. Anyway, Chapter 7, lots of oil. Oh my god. Here we are at the... Okay, so here we are at the chemical plant zone. 28/12/2032. Somewhere near Maritsa River, Plovdiv, Bulgaria. Males and May were tied on an oil barrel. As you do, Rizza and Tuero came to them. Ah, yes, you shall not escape the grasp of Tuero. They were accompanied by 2 peculiar-looking guys. The other was a human butt in flames. Oh, great! The Human Torch is here! The other one had a brown robe with a hood on it. It covered his face, and nothing more but green glowing eyes could be seen. Rizza said, "May I introduce to you the Vice Boss Vorace Cortes, alias number 2, alias Fire Dude. And the boss Gerogeseriba, alias Exorcist, alias number 1. Everybody's here conveniently." Okay, so Fire Dude, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. That commends itself. "You sure have some hot stuff, babe." Wait, are you coming on to me? Joked males. Seriba commented, "Yes, excellent. You were right, Tuero. He truly is an annoying jokester. Smithers, release the hounds." Cortes agreed. "He mocked me. Can I Aha! He mocked me! Can I burn him, Groggy? Groggy?
It's supposed to be Giroge or something.
Okay. Not yet, he said. Oh, what do you mean, not yet? Oh, wait, no, that's May. What do you mean, not yet? Wondered May I. Tinia, you explain, asked Twiro. Rizza explained. Aha! You do know about Operation Oil? For it we have gotten millions of tons of oil. As you can see, if you look around you, all of this will be poured into the Maritsa River, right behind you, which current will take to the Mediterranean and to the Red Sea. They will be polluted for many years, which will cause a global eco-disaster. Of course, this won't happen if Bulgarian government pays us. I hate you so much. I hate you that there are no words to describe my hatred for you right now. You're the worst. I will crucify you. I will burn you on the stake. 100 billion lev.
Don't promise anything that you can't keep.
These freaking numbers. Why? Why these ridiculous numbers? Always in your stories. This impossible numbers.
This is the last time there's an impossibly high number in my stories.
There won't be a next time. What this has to do with burning you? Number 2 will just put his hand into that canister and you shall explode like ashes to the wind. Of course, he's going to survive the explosion. After all, he's all fiery himself. Suddenly shots were heard. Rizza's goons were falling down from the bullets. Mueller came with his troops to free Males and May-I. Oh yeah, perhaps they should have, killed that Mueller guy. Rizza was furious. They have earplugs. Wait, how do you know that?
Maybe she sees them.
From the distance?
I don't know.
Now on you I cast upon the songs of my weapon. Thus Rizza started to shoot Mueller's men to horizontal positions. You can't just, you can't just write they fall down and die. At the same time, Males managed to free himself from the ropes. Wait, the ropes? You mean to tell me they were tied to a barrel using buff tube ropes? That's impractical, to say the least.
Rope with a P.
You don't say. He kicked Cortez, who reeled back. While he was falling, Cortez brushed Rizza, whose hand caught on fire. Males released May-I from the ropes again and gave the canister to Rizza. There's water in here, dude. Douse your hands in here, he said and ran with May-I. That's awfully polite for an enemy. Seriba quickly made a teleport, making him... Okay, that makes sense. Cortez and Tuero disappear. Rizza put her hands in panic into the canister, and thus she and her plants exploded spectacularly. He just pulled a Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc? Half an hour later, Males, May-I, and Mueller were at Sofia at a hotel room. Mueller told... The boss is really proud, and now I too talk like a surfer for some reason. By the way, I told to the boss that you hadn't told me that the founding members can have vacation. Male said. I heard it already. You'll get a full year of extra vacation and I'll have to be in the job for the next 3 years in a row. Aw, don't feel so bad about it, comforted May. You get to experience a whole lot more. Match, could you leave to your own hotel room? We're totally going to get it on, man, if you know what I'm saying. Cowabunga, asked the males. After Mueller had left, the males said to May I, which I just realized she's the completely forced impromptu love interest.
As they are in Bond movies.
Yes. Often introduced in casual ways like that. Speaking of experiences, since our first meeting I've wanted to try being between the bed sheets with you. I'm so smooth, you guys. I'm like totally a British gentleman, guys. Oh, Matthew, you are the worst, said May I, and thus began the game's male's head with any woman.
This is technically the first sex scene I've ever written.
This isn't technically anything at all.
Yeah, this doesn't know how parody works or how even comedy works.
Okay, you know what? This is actually your best work so far. I mean, it's not saying much, it's still atrocious, but it's better than anything else you forced me to read, like the freaking Snowman Saga or Captain Kernus, which is still giving me a headache to this very day. At the very least, this was amusing in some ways, mostly because of us. But it's not nearly as offensive as that other stuff. So I'm glad. Yes, I'm disappointed, honestly. I was expecting something far more memorable than this. But it's acceptable levels of terrible. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, I've always thought this is my bathroom opus.
No, that will be Captain Kernus.
Okay. But if we ever decide to read more of her stuff, then they will be much newer, like from 3 years ago or something. So they will be dramatically better, and story-wise.
They probably would not be as funny.
Yeah, but sometimes we read good stuff here.
Well, anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody. This has been Still Alive, somehow, Maddock Daymaster.
An hedonistic actor.
Yes. So, I guess that concludes this episode of Dramatis Lectio, and I really don't have much of anything more to say. This was surprisingly tolerable. Oh boy. I don't know how to feel about this. So I guess I'll just leave you then.
So
Goodbye.
Is this humor better or worse than Goldmember?
These are the questions, aren't they?
Also released in the same year.
These are the questions that keep us up at night, don't they? It's still better.
Okay.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bora para, bora para, bora para, bora para. Guitar to the floor.